Hey everybody, welcome back. These are some people that had a way worse summer than you did.
This is the story of why I had to get my butthole removed. Yeah.
I didn't know that one could remove buttholes. Maybe Mike should do that, honestly. Does it help with farting?
The story begins when I was 18 years old in the middle of COVID. I started getting some really weird symptoms. Started losing a significant amount of weight. I was 6 feet tall, weighing almost 100 pounds. I was looking in the toilet bowl to see only red. Literally looked like someone hemorrhaged in there. There was quite a bit of blood and it was coming out of my butthole. On top of all that though, I remember describing to my family doctor and to everyone that was taking a look at my butthole that it felt like there was something in it. I can't pinpoint exactly where, but it literally felt like I was holding onto a golf ball in my butthole. My family doctor said that I was fine and that this was probably just a case of like really bad hemorrhoids, so he prescribed me some cream, told me to apply that twice daily, and I did that for a couple weeks only to feel worser and weaker, and I wasn't able to get out of bed at this point. Like I was quite literally bedridden. One day I had the genius idea of searching up what my symptoms might be leading to or what kind of illness I had, and my family doctor or the walk-in clinic doctors weren't giving me any, so I took it to Google, and Google literally said immediately, perianal Crohn's.
Okay, so usually when you look up what's going on with, not buttholes, but like you know when you get like sick and you got symptoms and you start looking things up and it's like, oh my god, I have cancer. But you don't have cancer? Apparently it does work sometimes. Good to know. I don't know if that's helpful or not.
I was like, it's probably not that though. It's probably not that. It's probably just like anal fissures or hemorrhoids or, you know, a really bad case of constipation. I don't fucking know, but it literally cannot be Crohn's.
I don't know, a golf ball, babe?
The very day that I read that, I said to my mom, listen, things aren't looking good. I'm not feeling good. My intuition is telling me that there is something way worse than hemorrhoids going on inside my butthole, and I think I need to go to the hospital. And that was that. I went to the hospital, my first ER trip. During this whole ordeal, the doctor looked at me and said, you have hemorrhoids. And I said, you haven't even looked at my butthole. And he said, turn over. I did. Next thing I know, his finger was up. He said, yep, just put them back inside you. And I walked out of there like a wounded soldier, gripping onto my butthole for dear life, sobbing my eyes out, wondering what this man had just done and how in the hell did he put my hemorrhoids back up inside me. I remember texting my family group chat and being like, all good guys, hemorrhoids are back in place. I'm gonna be good to go tomorrow. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. That ER doctor maybe was a little bit negligent by doing that without first figuring out what was inside my butthole. Yes, but he did have the brilliant idea of referring me to a colonoscopy clinic to just see what could be going on, you know, some further investigation. And so once again, I spent the next couple weeks at home absolutely bedridden. At this point, I don't think I was eating like one full meal a day. Like, my appetite was gone. My energy levels were non-existent. I was basically just waiting and hoping that I would get a call from my family doctor for further testing or something like that. But my mom, my literal lifesaver, called up the colonoscopy clinic that ER doctor had referred me to and was like, hey, my daughter is really unwell. And she said, are there any cancellations by any chance this week? And they called her immediately back and they said, yes, we have one on Monday. Bring her in first thing. So I legitimately did this colonoscopy prep and I was quite literally dying. Nobody believed me. Everybody thought that I was being so dramatic because the peglet was ripping apart my asshole. But I was literally on the toilet on the verge of fainting. And at one point, I did in fact black out. My mom called the ambulance. They took my vitals. I'm pretty sure, my memory's so foggy, but I think I did go into the ER. This is like, I was so delirious, but they did in fact take me to the hospital, and then they saw my chart, they did some blood work, they said that I was all fine and sent me home and said to come back for the colonoscopy that following morning. Well, colonoscopy came around at 8 a.m. When I tell you that I was in that chair, sobbing, hyperventilating, could not breathe for my life. I rushed into that room to find out that I had a fever of 41 degrees.
Bro.
Okay? There was something going on inside me. Nobody listened until this doctor looked at me, this GI that I was just meeting for the first time, and said, Paula, you don't have hemorrhoids. Paula, you have Crohn's.
I know that this girl is from Canada. I can tell by the fact that she uses 41 degrees instead of like, you know, 150,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And I also know that she's from Canada because this is exactly what they put you through when you're sick. They just essentially say,
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Just take some Advil. You're fine.
until you show up in the hospital and you're like, I'm dying! Help me! I'm only laughing because it happened to me. Mono was a scary experience. Like, mono is not like that bad, but I think I had it really bad. Doctor after doctor was like,
You're fine. You're fine. Just wait until you feel better. You're fine.
until I showed up in the hospital with like severe dehydration and could not eat or drink anything. This was in the middle of COVID too, so I was terrified to go to the hospital. Point being, Canadian healthcare. This is what we get. This is what we're paying all these taxes for, guys. Okay?
And I said, you haven't even looked inside of me. Like, why are people giving me diagnoses without looking inside of me? And he said, your profile, it's everywhere, okay? You have a fever, you have pain in your rectum, blood in your stool, it's Crohn's. And so next thing I know, I woke up in this scope room and they were saying, yep, severe Crohn's disease, you actually have a severe infection in your butthole and we need to admit you right away for surgery. So this was me, little 18-year-old me, being told that I needed surgery for the first time in my life. And they were whisking me away from my family, away from my mother, to this ward up on the freaking 17th floor that I had never been to, and next thing I knew, I was preparing for surgery. When I awoke from the surgery, they told me, not only did you have an infection in your butthole, but it was an abscess the size of a baseball.
Bro!
This pocket of pus was lodged in my butthole. And so they drained it. I woke up feeling great, once again, texting my family group chat saying, guys, good to go. Literally pick me up in about 30 minutes. I'll pack up. To my parents' surprise, when they arrived, I was not, in fact, doing well. I was, in fact, way worse. I was, again, crawling on the floor, could not walk, was shivering and sweating, and just was literally so physically unwell that they were like, something's not right with her. To the nurses, they said, we can't take her home. And they said, I'm sorry, she's already discharged. I don't know what to tell you. So they drove me home. Legitimately 30 minutes after that I stepped foot through my door, I fainted again. Fever spiked to 41 degrees.
Bro.
So there I was, back again in the hospital. And to summarize for you guys, that was the beginning of about a 1 year in and out hospital stay.
No,
I spent
babe.
Like one night here and there at home, another night here and there at home, but the majority of the time I was in fact in the hospital and I was recovering from surgery after surgery. The reason that I kept on having to have these surgeries was because, well, turns out that I actually had tunnels going from my butthole to this pocket, that baseball that I said, that pocket of abscess, so that every time I would go number 2 through my bum, the bacteria would go through these tunnels, collect in that pocket, infection would form again, and then I would go septic.
Girlfriend, that is one hell of a story. I will honestly never complain again. I will never complain again. Like, I was complaining before I started filming this video, and now I feel bad about complaining. The reason I'm complaining is there's been yet another flood in my condo. But in the grand scheme of things, I would say my problems are not that bad. Could we have something like a little lighter? Like, dang. Oh no. Oh, it just kept getting worse. Oh, that's gone, babe. Oh, you're done. You're done. You're done. That kind of just went right in the pocket. Like, I know it's upsetting, but it was also a little satisfying. Just slipped right on in there. Like a slot machine. Like a coin in a slot machine. When I cried on FaceTime with him because he cheated on me and he screenshotted me and turned the pic into a mixtape cover for his new song, and he featured the girl he cheated on me with in the song, and she was the ad-libs. Stop. Stop it. No. You're lying. Are you serious right now? That is absolutely insane. The audacity. It's the audacity for me. This man has no shortage of it. Like, it just kept getting worse. I'm really curious to know how good the song is. Like, was it any good? What did he do all of that for? Who does this man think he is, The Weeknd? What's happening? Oh dear. Oh, is that the ocean? Oh, the ocean is in your tent. Babes, get out of there. Get out of the tent. Don't just sit there. Oh, bye-bye. Bye, tent. Is that the ocean? Where are you, sir?
Well, this is what I got out of. My entire campsite is flooded. If you see a sign that says low ground, do not pitch a tent here, floodplain, anything like that, I would listen to it because,
just a lovely day camping. Oh no. What even happened? Was that a wave? It's the scream for me. Did you set up your tent in the creek? Okay, so it's not the ocean. It's a creek. Okay, but to be fair, in this person's defense, how would that even happen? How would that even occur? Creeks be flooded? I didn't know that. It is a good thing that you stayed calm. That could have been bad. Everything is fine. It's all fine. Blood said, damn, flash flood, let's film it. You honestly filmed that whole thing, babe. I'm glad you took us along for the ride. I already knew I hated camping, but this is just another reason to not camp. That's my excuse. Not because I'm very bad at being outdoorsy.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but this has just made the loudest bang ever.
Oh,
and
you
it
should
looks
move.
like it's
You
cracked.
should move.
I can't tell if it's the ice or not. Listen to it.
Oh yeah, no, that's cracking, babe.
I feel like it's the ice popping.
Babe, you need to
sounded
move.
like it's cracked.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, indeed. Thankfully, nobody was hurt.
It looks like it's cracked.
Yes, I would say that it is cracked. I would say it's a fair assumption that it's cracked.
If you live in New York City and you drive an Audi and the last part of your license plate is Daddy, unfortunately, I just saw a hit and run of your car, of an Amazon truck, just like slam into your car and drive away. Don't worry, I did get a photo of the license plate, and I also called the police. No answer. I called like 6 times, every department. No answer. So I called 911, and they did answer after a few tries, which is concerning, but they said the police would be on their way. No police. I don't have a pen and paper with me. All I have is my phone and a 3-year-old girl, and it's too hot. It is too hot to be out here for this long, but here's your car. Hold on. Unfortunately, this is what your car looks like right now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But on the plus side, you had me watching on the street, and I got a photo, so just DM me directly, and we'll take care of it.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart, honey. If you so happen to witness something like this, it is your civic duty to do something about it. The fact that she's actually taking time out of her day to stand in the hot sun and call the police with her child nearby. What an upstanding citizen. Protect her at all costs. It's kind of just like, if that happens to you, you're just like, okay, well, I guess this is my day now. I guess it is my day dealing with this. Not everybody will stick around to deal with it. Some people might just be like, not my problem. But you, my dear, you stuck around. Good things will come to you. I make it so. I feel like I kind of look like Jesus right now, you know? Like, here's my Sailor Moon shirt and my long flowy hair. Just think of me like your Sailor Moon Jesus. Bless you. Bless you. Now, if only I could turn water into wine. I can turn wine into throw up. How do I tell them that the Taylor Swift tics were actually for yesterday? Oh no. Oh, bestie, no. Oh, yeah. You don't. Just let them show up. Just let them show up. I'm here for the chaos. That's not your problem. Those are probably expensive tickets too, man. Who doesn't check? There could be an option to just buy them at the venue maybe, but doubtful. It's Taylor Swift we're talking about. He trying to figure out what he's gonna tell his parents and that insurance.
Get out of the car, bro!
Why is he in the car? Is he gonna back up? Is he just gonna be like, I'm out?
Hey, stay out of the car!
Oh, he panicking. Oh, that is the face of a dead man. He's in trouble. Honestly, it's the disbelief and like getting back into the car, you know? Why you gotta get back in there? If you get back in, the problem isn't gonna go away, you know? He just needed a minute. He needs a minute. I thought he was gonna drive off, honestly.
How do you get so lost in Toronto that you end up walking eastbound on the westbound Gardner? This doesn't make any sense. Like, what the What
She gonna be walking for a
you
while.
doing? This is crazy.
Yeah, that's a very long highway. She's gonna be walking for a minute. What could have possibly led to this moment? She's not from Toronto, I guarantee. Or, this is what I'm picturing in my head, okay? She had a fight with her boyfriend, and she's just like, I'm getting out of the car. And he's like,
It's the gardener! You can't get out of the car!
she's like, watch me. She gets out of the car, she starts walking. That's in my head, that's what happened. I like your Canadian flag there. Not the leaf I'm used to, but it kind of is, actually. Hello, I am tie-dye.
Hippie Sailor Moon Jesus!
When you look everywhere for your lost ring and find the truth in a video you grabbed. Oh, the scream I scrumped. The gasp I gasped. Look at that. Look how pretty. He swallowed that thing, no problem. I'm assuming the emu's gender. The ostrich's gender. Is that an ostrich or an emu? Might be an ostrich, I don't know. Now you have to go look through its poop. Would you look through the poop in this scenario? Would you? Would you wait around for the poop, for it to come through not the fallopian tubes, the intestines? Would you wait? Would you sit around? I don't know if it's worth it, honestly, but depends how sentimental it was. And it depends if you're willing to put that ring on your finger and say, that was once in an emu's butthole. Oh, you like my ring? Yes, it was in a butthole. Oh, don't worry, it's clean, I think. Oh God, Vanessa titled this More Poo. I don't know if we need more poo, do we? Do we need more poo? Vanessa, this better be worth it!
Had a passenger had diarrhea all the way through the airplane.
A passenger's horrific bowel movement
Oh, I heard
forced
about
a Delta
this.
flight from Atlanta to Barcelona to turn around. In a text message sent to air traffic control, the captain explained there was diarrhea all over the aircraft.
Negative, it's just a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they wanted to come back to Atlanta.
The passenger said it dribbled down the aisle, and after using vanilla-scented disinfectant, the plane smelt like vanilla poop. They agreed the pilots made the right decision and had to rip out the carpets once they landed.
Buddy, what did you eat? What did you eat? How is it all over the aisles? Oh God. How does it get that bad? So wait, like what happened? Were you in the bathroom and it went all the way down? Or were you sitting in your seat and it just happened? I wouldn't come out of the bathroom until we landed. Honestly, like the embarrassment would be too much. This is honestly my worst fear when flying, is having diarrhea, and also eating like airplane food gives you diarrhea as well. It's so bad. I was once on an Air Canada flight and I asked, so what do I get? The chicken or the rice? And they're like,
Don't eat the chicken.
so yeah, no, never eating chicken again. On an Air Canada flight, at least. That would be my last day on Earth, let me tell you. The embarrassment would be too much. Listen, I know you're having a bad day, but at least you didn't all over a plane and have to turn it back.
Subscribe!